Hello and welcome to Lovely English Stories. Thank you for stopping by. This story is written for intermediate English learners. Ready? Let's get started. B1, B2 English story. Match Day. It's Saturday. And that can only mean one thing. It's match day. During the football season, I look forward to home games so I can go and watch with my dad and his friends. It's not very often we go to the away games because they can be expensive. We have a family season ticket, which means we can go to all the home games. If we can't make a game, we normally give the ticket to one of our friends. I've been going to the football with my dad since I was little. It's a tradition. We normally get up early on Saturdays and have breakfast with the rest of the family. I have a younger brother and sister, but they aren't into football. My brother prefers ice hockey and my sister is a diver. I've never really been bothered about those sports. I like football and skateboarding. After breakfast, I'll catch up on any homework I might have and maybe play on my computer for a bit. Then, at about midday, we set off. Sometimes we get the bus into town and sometimes my dad will drive. If we drive, then it can be a little stressful for my dad, as he has to try and find a parking space. It usually costs him £5 to park. It actually works out cheaper than getting the bus. Once we are in town, we always go to the chippy. I have chips, a battered sausage and curry sauce on a tray. And my dad always has fish, chips and mushy peas. To drink, I have a dandelion and burdock, and my dad has a cup of tea. We usually see some of our friends from the football at the chippy, and we catch up on what's been happening during the week. Some of my friends from college also go to the games. One of my friends works at the football ground on the food stall. I didn't apply for a job there because I want to keep the tradition with my dad. Instead, I have a part-time job at a factory and I work there every Sunday. After we've had our lunch, we make our way over to the ground. We go through the turnstiles and show our season tickets before popping to the loo and grabbing a drink. We aren't allowed to take drinks into the seating area, so we usually stand around with the other fans and have half a pint before the game. Sometimes my dad will put a bet on if he's feeling lucky. He's won a couple of times, which is great, because then he usually treats us all to takeaway for dinner. When it's about 5 minutes before kick-off, we make our way to our seats and say hello to all the families who sit around us. Most of them, like us, have been going to the games for years. I always like to be there to watch the players come on the pitch with the mascots. I love to sing and chant with the crowds. Sometimes people play drums and honk horns. As soon as the whistle goes and the players start playing, all I am thinking about is the game. I love it. It's relaxing, in a way. I shout for my favourite players, but I never swear. I don't like to hear people getting aggressive and swearing at the games. There's no need for it, especially when there are young children around. After all, it is only a game. At half-time, we buy raffle tickets and a programme. I collect them. Though I have so many now, I think I might have to give some of them away and just keep the ones from my favourite matches. Sometimes, during half-time, I go and see my friend if he isn't too busy. A couple of minutes before the second half, I'll pop to the loo again and make my way back to my seat, where my dad is usually chatting to his friends about the game and how terrible the players are. As the second half kicks off and the players begin working hard, I always feel a little nervous. I want us to win. When we don't win, I feel a bit sad. But when we do win, it's the most amazing feeling, and the atmosphere in the stadium is electric. If the game is a boring one, and we know nothing much will happen in the last few minutes, we'll go and get a head start, either to the car or the bus, so we miss the traffic. But if the game is an exciting one, we usually stay and hang about afterwards, talking to the other fans. It's not very often I see fighting at the games, but it does happen occasionally, usually when people have had too much to drink. If we have driven into town, we'll listen to the radio on the way home. They interview people who were at the game and talk about how the team played. When we get home, we always have a family dinner, and if there's nothing planned for the evening, then we'll watch a film together and have popcorn. Match days really are my favourite day of the week. Now, let's go through some vocabulary from the story. Aggressive. Aggressive. If someone is being aggressive, they are behaving in an angry and violent way. Fighting. Fighting. Fighting is a situation in which people hit, kick, or bite each other. Occasionally. Occasionally. Occasionally means sometimes but not often. Pint. Pint. A pint is a measure for liquid equal to about half a litre. Pitch. Pitch. A pitch is an area painted with lines for playing particular sports, especially football. Swear. To swear. To swear is to use offensive words. Tradition. Tradition. A tradition is an old custom or belief, or an activity that happens regularly and has become the usual thing. Treat. Treat. A treat is a special and enjoyable occasion or experience. Whistle. Whistle. A whistle is a device that makes a loud, high sound when you blow into it. Allow. To allow. To allow is to give someone permission to do something. Apply. To apply. To apply is to make an official request for a job or a place in a college or university, or for permission to do or to have something. Atmosphere. Atmosphere. Atmosphere is the character, feeling, or mood of a place or a situation. We hope you enjoyed this lovely English story and the vocabulary explanations. Thank you for stopping by. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Get productive and check out our language learning productivity packs and stories on Etsy. Use code YouTube10 for 10% off. See you soon!